Well, hi, hiddly ho to you, neighbors. This is White Mojo Wolf, and I am coming at you with a review of Spider Man Miles Morales. Now, this is going to be the same format as you guys are used to. I'm going to sit here in my little corner around here, sit here yapping my little head off, and down there, in and around, you're going to see gameplay footage that I recorded on my PlayStation of Spider Man Miles Morales while I review. Just to kind of get you some eye candy, you know. But I wanted to start this review just by saying that I played this game around September, and the first mission pretty much sets the tone that this game is like set in the holiday season. And I quickly called an audible to decide, how about I come back to this game more toward quick. Man, I was recording my other video and I messed up saying Christmas too. Almost did it again. Christmas. So I figured let's circle back during the holiday season, because what I like to do during the holidays is watch different movies. And I thought, why don't we play a holiday themed game right around that time? So as you can tell by the hat, the shirt, it's holiday season. And we played Miles Morales. Let me tell you guys, it took me about a month to play God of War off and on. But that's because I kind of did my thing to where I play too many games and get too much going and none of them get beat. I just kind of quit that. And so with Miles Morales, I decided, well, I'm going to play this game and just play as much as I want. Let's see how far I can get. And guys, this video is going up Tuesday. I'm recording this Sunday afternoon, and it by the time this video goes up, it will be a week since I started playing the game. I mean, I beat it in just a few short days. I mean, and I'm not doing that just to speed run it. Just I gotta get through this game as quick as possible. I mean, I wasn't doing that at all. I was just hooked. I mean, a lot of y'all know that with the other Spider-Man game, it's the similar concept. I mean, they took everything that Spider-Man did and just expanded upon it, because right now Insomniac is working on Spider-Man 2, and they figured this would be a good way to introduce people to what the PlayStation 5 can do in comparison to PlayStation 4, and also introduce us to Miles Morales, because spoiler, Spider-Man did it with him getting bit. So that's how this game starts. And just some thoughts on the game in terms of the main story real quick. Now don't worry, I've recorded 30 minutes of gameplay, so I'm not in a real hurry. But the main thing about the story is that it's Miles Morales shortly after the events of Spider-Man, and there's a recap on the game that you can watch to kind of refresh yourself if it's been a little bit, which that helped me out a lot. And It pretty much just starts there. It's the holidays. His mom's running for office. His dad, unfortunately, he still passed away. He didn't come back, But it all starts with him and Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man. They're teamed up. Rhino's out on the loose, and they're having to contain Rhino again from the first game. And shortly after that, Peter Parker tells Miles, he's like, look, I'm going on vacation for a couple weeks, so you're going to be the only Spider-Man around here. And that was kind of like Miles' test to do his own thing. And those few weeks, he definitely got tested. There's this group called the Underground that's running around the city causing trouble with advanced technology. They're into it with the big shady company called Roxxon. And Roxxon's doing this thing to where they've got this new form energy that's supposedly going to power the world and all this Nikola Tesla kind of shit. But of course, the energy's kind of unstable. It's making people sick, and they're it's not all peaches and cream. And basically, the Underground are into it with Roxxon, and Miles is just trying to figure all this out and keep New York safe, because each of them want to take each other out, and Harlem is going to get destroyed either way. So how does Miles Morales pretty much play both sides and keep everyone safe? Well, you're going to find out in this game. But I don't want to really give any more of the story away. Damn, they're playing, ain't they? But I don't want to give any more of the story away in that regard if you haven't played it. It's a pretty short and sweet campaign. There's some side missions you can do. There's like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app to where you can do simple superhero things like, oh, my cat's lost, can you go find him? Or, this crane's about to tip over, I need to save it, Spider-Man. My truck is stuck, I lost my car. Then you have crimes all over the city that you can go do, and you get rewards, and then you can spend those rewards to upgrade like your abilities, like the shooting the webs, and then the upgrade your suits as well. In terms of that, gameplay's pretty good. There's some collectibles you can kind of go around, defeat enemy bases. You can find some time capsule stuff, and there's some other stuff later you can do, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. But yeah, it was real fun. Like, what I would pretty much do is play some main story, then I'd kind of go around and zipping around the city doing side stuff, and then once I kind of got everything done, I do more of the main story, and then I'll kind of go do more of the new side stuff that opened up, and then after that, I would pretty much just keep going, keep that cycle going, and I was able to finish the game yesterday, and it is pretty good. Now, one thing I like about Miles Morales' Spider-Man is the bioelectricity that he has, his powers. I thought it added a whole new dimension to the game, and honestly, more than anything else, because Spider-Man reminded me of the Arkham games. And with Miles Morales, you still have that element, but with his bioelectricity powers, like basically what you can do is like Venom Punch, it glows electricity, punches the shit out of somebody, and then everything he can do, he can jump way up and do like a ground and pound, or he can charge people up, shoot them up in the air, and beat them up in the air. And then of course there's like this ultimate energy where he just boom explodes, and then there's a dash to where he can like dash towards somebody with the swords. I mean, it's wild, all the stuff he can do. And to me, those elements of the game reminded me more of like Infamous than it did Arkham, say. And I have a, strong admiration for the Infamous series, and it was cool using some of those electric powers like a Conduit would use on those games, kind of in a Spider-Man format. Other than that, though, let's talk. But the story was good. It was short and sweet. The side content was fun. You get some stuff for doing everything, little knickknacks and whatnot. And I thought all that was fun. But after that, I decided to play with the graphics a little bit. I did that pretty much yesterday, played with the graphics. And it seemed like there were 3 different options you could do. You had quality mode, which is like 4K 30, but like, it's all the particles, all the fancy stuff. And then there was performance mode, which is 60 frames a second, which is real fluid. Then there's performance ray tracing, performance RT mode, and that's what I use. You had some of that nice lighting, especially with the sunlight and stuff, but you also got that smoothness that like is real good with like fighting games, racing games like that. And I honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was pretty neat too. Like as you get further in the game, it's getting more and more to winter, and of course you get all the Christmas decorations in the city to kind of set the tone. But it's like the further you get in the main story, it's like instead of it being clear outside, you have it getting more cloudy, more snowy, like a blizzard's coming in. And the snow effects are real cool, and yeah. And then the PlayStation 5 was pure quiet. It didn't sound like a jet engine like the PS4. That's pretty nice. And after I played a few hours, I kind of went around the PS5, just kind of feeling around, see how hot it got. It didn't really get hot at all. These new consoles do a pretty good job of dispersing heat. Like on the Xbox, it kind of feels a bit warm, but you want that. You'd rather have the heat out in the air instead of being in the console, But anyway, besides the point. The sound. So the graphics look good. It's pretty good. You could tell it was cross-gen, but ran pretty good on PS5. The sound was great. All the sound effects, the electricity. Now, I guess I should use this time to tell you guys about some of the stuff that your little PlayStation 5 controller can do, like the dual sense, like the web shooting and stuff. Like the little microphone was, not microphone, shit, the little speaker was like emitting some sound. You could use the touchpad to open up your app and your options. You could, the triggers had a little bit of resistance, specifically the right trigger. Well, I guess it's if you're watching this finger, but when you were swinging the web, like some of that resistance adaptive feedback was built in. And of course the vibrations were just like if you're walking on snow, or you got electricity pulsing through you, like your controller's pulsing a bit. And it was pretty neat to see some of those features enacted. And other than that, I mean, I thought Spider-Man Miles Morales was a great, I mean, these days, Marvel and the MCU, I'm not necessarily a fan of having two of the same superhero. Like, what's the point? I know the comics do it, and they're following that, and I get that. But even in the comics, I'm like, what's the point? But I feel like Miles Morales, instead of just being another Spider-Man, he's one of those heroes that, like, has his own identity. And I thought the game did a great job saying, okay, he's not just the Black Spider-Man. You know what I mean? He's his character had a lot of depth, and he had his own struggles and his own things he's fighting. Like, they did a real good job fleshing out his story. And honestly, what Miles Morales did, the video game, it pretty much got me real hyped for Spider-Man 2, because it's going to be both Peter Parker and Miles Morales working together. I'm sure they're going to have some common enemies and taking on the big bads, and I guess you have to play as both. But if I don't have to do another Mary Jane stealth mission, I will be so glad. And let me tell you guys, this game has none of those, so you're good. That's about the only thing that sucked about Spider-Man is the Miles and Mary Jane stealth missions. But this time you get to play as Miles. It's pretty damn fun. But I thought it was a great game. It's a proper expansion. I think like the game companies these days use like expansions and DLCs and all that stuff. It's a short game, but it's not that short. I don't think it's a $60, $70 game, because I think if you're paying that territory, you ought to have a bit more content like Spider-Man. But you know, it's on PlayStation Plus, the middle tier, and that's a great way to play it. And if you play real hard and get sucked in like I did, you'll have it beat in a week. And I thought it was a nice little holiday dive, just to do something fun, just some little mindless something. And I know you are probably thinking, damn, he just played God of War. That was a quick turnaround. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But other than that, I'm going to just let you guys know that next 2 games I'm playing, next 2 to 3 games, I got Death Stranding started. I'm going to do another run of Demon Souls. I'm going to start fresh, because I had a character, but I had no idea what the hell I'm doing, or like what I was shooting for on him. And then I want to get into Horizon Zero Dawn as well, get into some of the story. My wife's watching me play a little Death Stranding last night. She thought that game was weird as hell, but you know, I like it, so that's what matters. Other than that, though, I just want to let you guys know that I sure do appreciate you all watching. I hope this review, you know, kind of gives you some memories for when you played Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I can't wait to see what Insomniac does with the next proper entry, Spider-Man 2. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. So other than that, it's definitely White Mojo Wolf approved. Like y'all know, I don't do the number system. I don't care. It's either would you play the game or not? Do you like the game or not? And I do. I liked it very much. I felt like Spider-Man had a bit more, obviously, just because it was more of a full game. But Miles Morales did a damn good job packing what a full game would in like its length and its little compartment, right? So, yeah. Looking forward to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop yapping my trap up here, and I'm going to let you guys know I'm White Mojo Wolf. I'm signing out of here, and instead of cutting and pasting the clip, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay I recorded, just so you can kind of get a taste of what I played. So, other than that, White Mojo Wolf signing out here. See y'all. Have a Merry Christmas.
heard that one canister of new form survived the incident on the bridge. Now, if